Well, Gary, that was a bit of a struggle today, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, very pleased. You know, it wasn't going to be an easy game. Thurrock basically the wrong end of the table for their liking, so you know they're needing points for different reasons from ourselves. And we knew it was going to be a tough game, and very similar really in respect to the surroundings down here at Thurrock to probably Weston-super-Mare, where you know we had great following here today, where our supporters would have to generate the atmosphere. But the pitch, even though it was plenty of grass out, a good surface, a little bit bumpy, and the way that Thurrock played completely different from us, where we want to play football, where they just want to get the forward a lot of the time and have the battles up and make it a scrappy game. So it was purely going to be probably a case of hanging in there and keeping our discipline until later in the match, which was very similar to Western, but we got the rewards.
And this sort of lack of fluency that we've seen really in the last couple of games, do you think that's down to pitch, atmosphere, perhaps a bit of tiredness on the players' part, or do you think it's a question of the pressure beginning to get to the players a little bit?
I think you have to turn around and analyse situations all the way around. You know, with a great respect to Thurrock, great respect to Weston-super-Mare, that they're never been basically classed as top footballing sides with the quality what some other teams in the league are. And I think sometimes if you play against teams in the league with quality, they'll enable you to play with quality, and as a rule the best team comes out winners. But what we have shown over the last couple of games very, very well is that discipline now and that patience to be in a game and battle in a game and wait the opportunity whether that comes along. And in the last 15 minutes at Weston-super-Mare, and it's come right late today, as we know. I think rightly so. I know the lad got sent off with 20 odd minutes to go. Again, I don't think there can be any complaints about that. But you know, we had chances where Ollie Palmer had come on at that time and hit the post, and Craig Dobson had an header, and Elvis Hammond had a great ball put in the penalty area by Andy Burgess where he never hit the target. But we kept going, and you know, where we were probably very upset and disappointed last week in the dying seconds of Farnborough equalising, we've done exactly the same to Thurrock. So you know, as we say, they say swings and roundabouts, but you know, when you're on the run, what you are of 9 wins and a draw in the last 10 games, only conceded 1 goal. It's a tremendous achievement, you know, from the defensive part, and even more so, I think, from the goalkeeper. You know, because there's been a lot of times in those matches he's not had too much to do, apart from using all that experience what he has got, Andy Little, by concentrating and making sure that he's ready to deal with anything in his direction. And
of course, you've been without Joe Mack for the last couple of games, and Reece Knowles come in, and so the defence has changed a little bit, but still isn't conceding.
No, you know, I think that. You know, Joe's a big player and he's a good player, and you know, Reece is a young player as well, and he's a good player with potential. There's no doubt about that. But we're keeping faith with our boys, and you know, we've got a good squad now of players. I believe you can see that in respect to the bench today, where we can turn around and make 1 or 2 changes to go and win a game, and we proved that on Tuesday night at Weston-super-Mare, and we've done it again today. So you know, we just keep going in the right direction, hopefully.
And you brought Andy Burgess on today, and he's certainly a player who looks as though he can pick a pass.
He's a quality player, and he's a player with a lot of experience, played at the higher level, played in the Football League, everything else there, and we've got a lot of young players. And when you are in a position where you are now and you're in a push towards the playoff area, that you know, you need that little bit of guidance and that little bit of experience out on the park where someone can turn around and help the younger players out there. And you know, to have Andy Little in goal, and then you've got Andy Burgess come involved today, and you've got Elvis Hammond up top, down the spine of your side you've got players there who can get across and help 1 or 2 of the younger boys in respect of having a little word with them and helping them out. So you know, it's not only about playing football, sometimes you can talk football on the field of play and help players through.
And you mentioned Elvis Hammond there. Is he claiming the goal at all, or not? To
be honest with you, I don't know who's claiming the goal. I don't know what the situation was with the goal. I'm not really too concerned, not being rude to any of the players involved in it. I was more interested about the final whistle being blown, to be honest with you, and getting the 3 points and, moving on really in the right direction.
And it's Hampton and Richmond at home on Tuesday night, so I expect you'll be hoping the Woking fans will turn up in force again and get behind the team, because that's another 3 points we could really do with, isn't it?
Well, we could do with another 30 points. We've got 10 games to play, and that's what we're looking for. You know, we've got to just keep going, and going to Hampton and be a very hard game on Tuesday night. We ain't going to turn around and take anything for granted, and we're not going to be disrespectful to anybody at Hampton or anyone else in the league. We've got jobs to do, and we're keeping our feet on the ground, taking the games as they come along there, approaching them properly. Great following behind us. A lot going on at the football club at the present time, and as a football management team, we're concentrating on our jobs. But I think everybody at the football club is looking for the club to have a bright future going forward.
Lovely, thank you very much, Garry.
Thank you.